over the year preceding the investigation, the execution of Mr. Khashoggi, a number of other human rights violations have been documented and have been denounced. There is no way the leaders of that state, including the Crown Prince, were not aware of those violations. In fact, there is evidence, credible evidence, pointing to their involvement. What needs to be investigated is the extent to which the Crown Prince knew or should have known of what would have happened to Mr. Khashoggi, whether he directly or indirectly incited the killing, whether he acted without due diligence, whether he could have prevented the execution when the mission started and failed to do so. Given the evidence warranting international investigation, criminal investigation into the responsibility of the Crown Prince, it is a logical step for me to be asking for him to be included in the sanctions until and unless there is evidence provided that he was not involved, didn't know, should not have known of the execution. I concluded that the United States may not have failed in its responsibility to protect and to warn Mr. Khashoggi. This being said, I did raise a couple of concerns. It seems improbable to me that intercept originating from the Crown Prince would not have been analyzed, particularly if they included some trigger words such as a bullet, for instance. I find it hard to believe that such an intercept would not have been analyzed at the time it was intercepted. That killing, the execution of Mr. Khashoggi, violated a range of international law provisions. It violated, of course, the prohibition against arbitrary killing. It violated the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. It violated the prohibition against the extraterritorial use of force in times of peace. It violated the prohibition against enforced disappearances, and it may have violated the Convention against Torture. So the circumstances of that execution, in my view, make it a particularly important case for universal jurisdictions.